the rain. Feel that in every drop is God's love, the power of life, and that you understand this. Be conscious of the light that you feel and see. With your eyes closed, feeling the little droplets of life that are falling upon your body. Like your body is a mountain, and the water, as it falls upon you, gathers everything in its little rivulets that you wish to release. Like a stream flowing down the mountain till it reaches its base and creates the river of life, which is full of everything. Now draw in a very deep breath. Hold this breath. Now as you exhale, just relax your bodies. This is a sacred place. Many, many long times ago, you have been here. And in this lifetime, you felt a call to return to this place. Not to regain anything, not to become anything, but to remember everything. And so on this final day of this journey that you have been on together as a group, here is your heart center. And you have all loved each other. You have all healed each other. You have all remembered each other. And you have all healed each other. You have supported each other. You stepped away from the world for a moment. And you lived in this world, which was not complicated, which was not full of the life that you normally live. And you allowed yourself to walk towards yourself, the self that was bigger than the selves that you live at home, with your jobs and your families, with your lives and your thoughts and your feelings. And it's very important to remember that you must step away from your life sometimes. That does not mean you have to make great excursions all the time. I think in one day you have to learn how to step away from your life, even if it is for 5 minutes. Just to remember where you stand in this thing called your life. Because it is where you stand that is more important. It is not where you're going, it is not where you've been, it is where you stand. For where you stand is you. And so right now, in this sacred place, you who have claimed back your sacredness, I wish you in your thoughts to set an intention for how you choose to be from this moment forward. Pay attention to your feelings. Pay attention to your ideas. It can be simple. It can be grand. But pay attention to it. Paying attention is very important. It allows you to be the guide of your energies. I was watching you all on the train journey. And it was interesting. but you're so involved in your chatter sometimes. Some of you forgot to look out the window and see what glory was around you. You had this majesty of mountains and the little piggies in the farm, the washing on the line of a little buray on the river. The train stopped, the chatter increased, and yet still people were not looking. You were looking at each other, but you were not looking at what's around you. How can you change what is around you if you do not look at it, if you do not allow yourself to see it? It's good to chatter, but it's good to see what you're creating, what's going on around you. What is this life that you're choosing to experience, that you're choosing to feel, that you're choosing to live? Nothing is a right thing, nothing is a wrong thing. It is your thing. And what you've done is you've allowed yourself to claim back something that's important to you. You have to take this thing and turn it into something that you know will benefit you. If you wish, you can send it out like an energy, a vibration. If you send it from the highest place that is within you, then it will come back to you in a higher way. It doesn't have to be an idea. It doesn't have to be, this is what I desire. I will throw out life. And if I throw out life from a higher position, I will receive from a higher position. And often I feel that if you do it that way, you get more than what you believed you could have. So rather than limit it to just one idea or one feeling, I just throw out the energy of all. Because I am all. For everything is reflected back to you all of the time. There are many places of learning through your histories. This place was an ancient place of learning. You were similar to what was called the group of the Essenes. And so this was a similar place of learning. To hold on to the old truths, to speak to the stars, to be connected with the natural vibrations of life. But like everything, formula's complete. And so when formula is complete, then you move the energy somewhere else. And then it either becomes a ruin, that it's just a memory of something, or it can transcend into something else. Humanity is transcending into something more. For that to occur, you all have to transcend into something more. By transcending into something more, then you're able to ride the energy of what occurs. Not to be afraid, not to be worried, not to be concerned, not to be so defined in what you will lose, or what you hope to gain, or your feelings of the shifts and the changes that come within you, not understanding these things. If you stand still and you allow yourself to remember, everything is understood. And so now I put this to you, and just think of the first thing that comes to you. And when it comes to you, to speak it out loud. What do you choose to understand? To speak it out loud when you get it.
Truth.
I think of this group that you're involved in. And be grateful for the energy that you have created, the support you have given to each other. You are now a link in each other's lives, and that will never be lost. So even though you will go to different countries, you will all be aligned now. And you don't just have to use your technology to connect with each other. You use your feelings. You use your thoughts. You use what you remember. For sometimes that is faster than your technology. think of the time that you've been in this part of the world, and think of what you have gained personally. And again, find one word that you feel defines. I know there will be many things that you will gain, but find one word, and now speak the word.
Families.
By speaking it out, it's like you've sent the energy out. And now it's not just within you, it is around you. And you've also established an intention. You are changing. The world is changing. The systems are changing. This has happened so many times through the history. This country is a good example of that. And people can hold too strong onto old ideas, old regimes, old patterns, as if to hold on to the security of that, believing that that is what makes them secure. But what makes you secure is to be able to take the next step. And so if you always stand still, it not just gets boring, but you never move forward. So each has your own plan for how you choose to move forward. And each will attract towards you individuals, experiences, places that will allow you to move forward. For those beyond your realms, we help you. For those who live in the stars, they are helping you. But you cannot be helped if you do not see yourself as a part of all of that energy. You have to be part of the whole vibration. You cannot be separate from it. You cannot, in the hope to become like that. You have to realize you are like that. And the more you affirm that to yourself, even though it may not feel like that, or you may not think those thoughts, your life may not reflect that, the more you allow it to occur, you build up the idea of that and the energy of it. And then, of course, you become aligned with those vibrations and frequencies. So, nothing ever stops. You sit in the place of ancient energy. And because time is really a human concept, not a concept that spirituality embraces, then everything is just occurring. You're sitting amongst all of the history right now, and you're taking it in. Those who are sensitive can hear it, can feel it, are aware of it, can see it. You have to choose what you want to see. You have to choose how you see yourself. For how you see yourself and the roles that you play is so important to each other, because it is all about the collectivity of vibration of souls. Not the collectivity of human nature, but the collectivity of soul energy that changes everything. Life without the knowledge of any form of your spirit is destructive. Life with the knowledge of your spirit, with the knowledge of the God frequency, is constructive. And so you have to find ways of embracing that energy even more than what you have done now. And then write your own story. And of course, we come in with our perspective. And sometimes that will work for you, sometimes you will feel, oh, that doesn't quite work for me. But that doesn't mean ever. Sometimes you pick up something, you put it aside. And then 6 months later or 6 years later, you pick it up again and it makes sense to you. So what I'd like you to remember is how important it is to live what makes sense to you now. Don't reach for what will make sense to you in 2 years' time. Make sense of what is important now. Because that's a vibration that you can cope with and that you can work with. If you all can you form a circle and stand and join? What's the llama food?
Yeah. Llama food. Fuel. Come down. So it'll make more sense.
in this water, I return back to you your energy of life. I return back to you who you are as gods. Remember, this cleanses your mind, your body, your spirit. Let this water come from the gods. Let it wash away everything. Let it bring clarity, sight, purity. Let it bring to you trust. Let it bring to you love, alignment. Give to yourself everything. Never deny yourself anything. Allow yourself to be free. Trust your power. Open up. Embrace the doorways. Allow yourself to be true to you. Let go of the past. Allow yourself to trust the power of you are God. You are free of everything that's love. Be cleansed. Be pure. Be the God that you are. Halama. Halame. Hela halamo. Hela halamo. Hey. Hala hala. Hey. Hala hey. Hala hala. May life always rain down on you in all the ways. May the cleansing vibrations of love, life, mind, body, and spirit always rain down on you. But when the clouds come, embrace the clouds. Look up to them too and feel the energy that they give you. Your gods and bodies. You can use your own words. You can believe it or not believe it. But it's true. And one day when you're out of these bodies, you'll find out. But while you're in your bodies, you can make it much easier for yourself to find it. Who wants to wait until you're out of your body? Why not do it now? Why not do it now? Just look at each other. Just look with love. Alignment, connection, empowerment. You've shared so much. You are family. And all around you, behind you, you have spirit behind you right now. Right behind every individual. And they too are joined with you. Ashara Mahala. And in front of you, you have spirit standing, looking at you. Looking at your face, looking at you with love and smiles. And you're just all united in this ring of love and frequency. Be the best you can be in the way you can be. There's no necessity to put any pressure on yourself or to remember anything. That's not how it works. How it works is you do what you can, when you can, how you can, in the way that you can. You don't need to try to become something, for you are everything. Try and only puts more pressure on you. Who wants pressure? Life is distracting. The biggest distraction, though, is your own thoughts, and your own actions, and your own feelings, and your own ways. Many of you have things that you have to go home to that are hard to face, hard to feel. These are not your traumas, these are not your problems, these are not your pains, it's your life. You're going home to your life. So you decide how you're going to organize it. You're going to decide how you're going to feel with it and be with it. Don't go home and pick your problems up. Don't go home and think, oh, that was a nice trip, and then put everything down. Oh, what should I do next? Make it work for you. That's why you gather. And making everything work for you is what's important. As I've always said, life is not the destination. It's the experiences you're having. And this was a grand experience indeed. And the gods are here They're smiling with great favor on you because they recognize your truth. Hello, my brother. Vashadihana. It is done. May break the circle. Just turn to someone beside you.